This section 1.4 functions and their graphs using the calculator. In this section, the objectives are to graph a function using a graphing calculator, find a zero of a function using a graphing calculator, and find the minimum or maximum value of the function using the graphing calculator. Let's get started with the graphing calculator. In this section 1.4, functions and their graphs, a calculator section, we are going to graph a function using a graphing calculator. We're gonna find a zero of a function using a graphing calculator, and we're gonna find a minimum or maximum value of the function using a graphing calculator. Graphing a function, an input number to a function that gives an output of 0 or y equals 0 is called a zero of a function. To find a zeros of the function, solve an equation of the form f(x) equals 0 or let y be 0 and solve for x. In this example, we are going to express the function using the parentheses, the power, division, etc. in a form substitutable for typing into a graphing utility. And part B, we're gonna graph the functions using a suitable Section 1.4, Functions and their graphs, a calculator section. In this section, we are going to graph a function using a graphing calculator. We're going to find a zero of a function using a graphing calculator. And we're going to find the minimum or maximum value of a function using a graphing calculator. An input number to a function that gives an output of 0 or y equals 0 is called a zero of a function. To find a zero or Section 1.4, Functions and their graphs. This section, we are going to graph a function using a graphing calculator. We're going to find a zero of a function using a graphing calculator. And we're going to find the maximum or maximum value of the function using a graphing calculator. An input number to a function that gives an output of 0 or y equals 0 is called a zero of the function. And to find the zeros of the function, solve an equation of the form y or f of x equals 0 and solve for the unknown x. These examples, part A, express the function using parentheses, the power, division, etc. in a form suitable for typing into a graphing utility. In part B, graph the functions in a suitable window. First try with the standard window -10 to 10 for the minimum maximum x by -10 to 10 as the minimum maximum y and find the smallest y values possible. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. For the first function, f of x equals 2 to the power x minus 50x. The way to input into the calculator will be 2 caret x minus 50 multiplied by x. And next, we're going to use the graphing utility to graph this function. I use desmos.com/calculator as a web-based graphing tool. we just type in the function form like 2 to the power x minus 50 multiplied by x, and then adjust the window as the, see, I use www.desmos.com/calculator as a web-based graphing tool. I type in the function y equals 2 to the power x minus 50 multiplied by x, and it will produce the graphs on the default xy plane. So go to the setting and adjust the x min to -10, x max to +10. So as the y-axis -10 to +10, and see what the graph looks like. So it looks like we still have to adjust the windows a little bit to see the better picture. I'm gonna narrow it down to y from -10 gonna be from -5 to +10. Probably I use desmos.com as a web-based graphing tool. First, I type in the function y equals 2 to the power x minus 50 multiplied by x, and then adjust the window for the x min, x max. It looks like x min is from -10 to x max +10, and y min -10 to y max. So the graph still missing something on the bottom here. So I'm going to adjust into the way that we can see the lower part of y. So make it -100 to +10, see how it goes. Still, but adjust a little bit more to be -200 to +10. Better. So the nice thing about the smart is you can control with your fingers as well, or use the mouse to adjust to zoom in and zoom out. It looks like it's very low on the bottom. So -300 to, let's say, +100. See, it's better. So this is the graph in a better view by using the graphing calculator. So in part B, after we sketch the graph, we're gonna find the smallest y values possible. So the smallest value on the bottom here, when you locate it, it looks like about -236.496. So round your answer to 2 decimal places. So I'm gonna round to -236.50.